Okay, let's look at the question about the Keynesian AS curve with fixed wages and how government spending affects it. First, the Keynesian AS curve, fixed money wages, has three parts. A horizontal section when the economy is in recession, lots of unused workers and factories. An upward sloping section getting closer to full capacity and a vertical section at full output, YN, no more production possible. Now let's use a diagram. Initially, the economy is at E1, AD1, meet the horizontal part of AS. Output is Y1, low recession. Price is P1, fixed. When the government spends more, that means G increase. Total demand shifts right to AD2. If AD2 is still on the horizontal AS, output jumps to Y2, way more goods services. Price stays at P1, no inflation. Firms can make more without raising costs, since wages are fixed. If AD2 moves to the upward sloping AS, output still rises but less. Price goes up. Now resources are scarce, so cost prices rise. So the key point, when wages are fixed, more government spending workers really well to boost output with no inflation when the economy is slow. That's why fiscal policy is effective here.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Swan Tetian, and my normal matrix is A212950. Today I will talk about the tutorial 5, question 1, part 1. This is the Keynesian AS with the variable money wages. In this diagram, Keynesian AS model with the flexible nominal wages, the aggregate supply curve start flat at the lower output and then draw to the sharply outward as the economy near fully capacity. An increase in the government spending shift the aggregate demand curve shift to the right and lead to the higher equilibrium output and the price level. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Syafiqah Lila with Ahmad Syahrudin, A212940. That's my number matrix. Okay, here I will explain for analysis of the Keynesian aggregate demand and supply curve. For my part, as I have to compare the effect of government spending between fixed wage AS curve, variable wage AS curve, and focus on different in output and price of level. So this is my answer. It was so long, but I will short. So now I will explain the comparison between the Keynesian aggregate supply curve with fixed money wages and the curve with variable money wages. When wages are fixed, the aggregate supply curve is horizontal. This means firm can increase output without facing higher costs. Okay, so when the government increases spending, the aggregate demand curve shift to the right and output rises significantly. Okay, and while the price levels stay almost unchanged, in other words, fiscal policy is very effective because it boosts real output without causing inflation. Okay, however, when wages are variable, the aggregate supply curve becomes upward sloping. As the government increases spending, higher demand leads firms to produce more, but wages and production costs also rise. Okay, because of this, the increase in output is smaller and the price level increases. Okay, this means fiscal policy become less effective since part of the government spending only creates inflation instead of real growth. Okay, in summary, government spending has a strong output effect. Okay, effect and low inflation when wages are fixed, but a weaker output effect and higher inflation when wages are variable. So that's all for question 1 and for comparison.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Eka Hakimi and my matrix number is A212942. Today I will be explain my part for this question. So, as we can see, the aggregate demand curve shows the relationship between the price level and the output. When the price level fall from P1 to P2, real money balance MP increase. This caused the LM curve to shift to the right, leading to a fall in the interest rate. Lower interest rate increase investment and aggregate demand. As a result, equilibrium output increase from Y1 to Y2. Therefore, the aggregate demand curve is downward sloping. Thank you.
Okay, the question 1 is, why is the Keynesian AS curve with a flexible wage is steeper compared to the Keynesian AS curve with fixed money wage? So, we want why the AS curve steeper berbanding dengan Keynesian AS curve with a fixed money wage. Okay, let's go through one by one. A, when the price is in, when price for the, I'm sorry. The wage is remain if the price increase. So the cost is slow for increase. That will make the AS curve more flat and didn't steeper. Okay. B, flexible wage. It means that the cost increase very fast, but the curve is more steeper and didn't more than flatter. And C is the wages is the labor didn't want to increase their wages, so they would like to increase their output without increase the cost of supply of labor. So the curve will make it more flatter and didn't steeper. So from those answers, we can simplify. The answer for question 1 is D. Okay, D. Why? Because of the flexible 1D wage increase the demand for labor despite increase in the price level. Therefore, Keynesian AS curve become more steeper. So for the next question is question 2. A decrease in personal income tax will make the shift the AD curve to the right and increase national income. B, the tax didn't change the firm cost, so AS didn't change. C, the tax decrease, but they should to increase the pendapatan. D, AD still move to the right, but the thing is it will make the income increase and didn't decrease. So what we can say is the answer is A. When the tax is fall and people have more money, they would like to consume, so AD will shift to the right. Okay,